Let's look at another division problem. In this problem, we have 8 divided by 3 equals what number? So we have a total number of 8 objects that we're starting with. So I drew 8 little squares here to represent our 8. And then we're dividing 8 by 3. And so what I want to do is I want to have 3 groups. So these are going to be my 3 groups. I want to have 3 groups of objects where there's the same number of objects in each group. And so I can start by, for example, I'm going to put these first 2 squares here into this group. And then I'll put 2 more of my squares into the next group, and 2 more of my squares into the third group. So far I've got 8 divided by 3. I've got 3 groups of 2 objects per group. But the problem is that I still have these 2 objects left. Now, if I put both of them into one of the groups, I would have one group with 4 objects and 2 groups with 2 objects. I can't have that. All my groups have to have the same number of objects in them in division. If I took one of my objects and put it into one group, and I took the other one and put it into another group, that still wouldn't work, because then I would have 2 groups of 3 and 1 group of 2. And with division, I have to have the exact same number of objects in each of my groups. So what I end up with in an answer like this is that I have a remainder. And so these 2 here are my remainder. And so the way that I write my answer to this is, in place of this question mark here, I'm going to say 8 divided by 3 equals 2. And that tells me that I can make 3 groups of 2 here in my answer, but then I have to account for the 2 extras, and I put a little r there, and I put a 2 afterwards. And so I read this answer as, or I read this whole problem as 8 divided by 3 equals 2 remainder 2. There's one more way to write this using another form of writing division, and that's in which I write my 8 here, and then my divided by goes like this. So I do 8 divided by, and I put my 3 right here. So 8 divided by 3 equals, and I put my answer up above, so it equals 2, and then my little r goes there, and my remainder of 2 goes here. And again, I read this answer as 8 divided by 3 equals 2 remainder 2. As you learn more about division, you will see more and more problems with remainders.